Ball out. Ball out.
Bow, bow. Bow, bow.
Ball out.
Bow,
Ball out.
bow. All we do is bow.
Ball out.
Bow, bow, bow.
Ball out. Ball out.
Ball out.
Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out. Fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up, get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss of myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters, gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling and losers. Watch for the jackets at night, they be cruising. I can put together. AR Kinston Yetta. My hitters be tougher than leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the FN. Step in with my best friends. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out, ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house. Empty till we all out. I got the juice and I'm crazy. If you not a killer, don't say. Hit squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tay Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fella to made men. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out, get called out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
Boss Cowboy Sports in the building. BJ Nix with us in the building. Boss Cowboy, the man with the plan on the ones and twos. Hey, listen, we got a hot show for you. We got some offensive line talk, a little bit of debate topics here. Slater versus Penei Sewell. Can't wait to get into it. BJ Nix, thanks for coming back on the show. Great to have you. Boss Cowboy, talk to the people.
Man, y'all, I ain't saying nothing. I'm the moderator today. So I'm sitting back. Hey, no jumping. You know, I'm going to sit back and just kind of let y'all out. Now, I'm setting the rules. I'm making sure there's going to be order today. Order.
Before you go, we got a little bit of feedback. Can you hear it?
I don't hear nothing personally on my end, but
maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me.
I do hear something. Do you have it on your phone, BJ?
nah. My phone is nope. Yep. No. Muted.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm muted too.
Okay. Well,
All right.
but I did hear. I don't hear it anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, so we here for a fight. This is what everybody came to see. My boy BJ about 2 weeks ago, he came to me and he stuck his chest out after we had a fight, and it was a good fight. It was a good fight. He got him one. I got him one. So I'm not gonna stick my chest out like I would my boy. He got some good licks. I got me some good licks. But hey, we got two linemen in the building with two differences of opinion, and y'all know Boss Cowboy is gonna hype this thing all the way up to heaven. Come on, hype it up. Hype it up. We got Team Slater in the building. We got the OC in the building. And I already know we got a divided house. People looking at Boss Cowboy like, why you got these boys fighting and they supposed to be friends? Because damn it, it's about 10. It ain't no friends when we talking about 10. We're a week away from the draft and we try to get this thing understood.
That part.
And I'm gonna say this as a peace-loving moderator. It's not two of my favorite podcaster buddies the trench guys. What did you play, BJ? First of all, let's BJ, tell them about yourself, man. Let's set the record straight.
Man, yeah. Actually, I was a DN/outside linebacker and tight end.
OC, this man is the enemy of enemies. We talking DT versus the OC. This is cold-blooded. OC, all right, touch gloves. I ain't touch gloves. See my boy BJ. Hold it one more time, BJ. Touch gloves.
There it is.
I'm touching gloves. Yeah.
All right, we touch gloves. All right, first. I'm controlling the topics.
All right.
Let's go back and forth on each one. Pass protection. Who want to go first?
You know, BJ.
Oh my God, OC.
No, BJ.
Yeah, it's your house.
It is my house.
I'm the moderator. OC, the guest wins. Go.
All right, fantastic. So if you're talking about pass protection, you talk about Penei Sewell being a guy that is really super athletic, right? So what hops off the screen as it relates to him is his first initial kick step explosion. He plays with a variety of hand positions. He carries his hands high. He carries his hands low. Pass pro, he's been fantastic. One thing to note, in a few occasions, he has overset guys and given up the inside, but it's never hurt him in terms of giving up sacks. So his sophomore campaign, when he won the Outland Trophy at only 19 years old, in 13 starts, he gave up 0 sacks. Out of those 13 games, 9 of those games, he didn't even give up a pressure, if you watch his tape. So if you look at him in terms of his pass pro, he's fantastic. He can easily handle power rushers because he has a strong punch. He's also decleated a lot of guys with that initial strong chest punch. He adjusts well, even if his hands get out of position. What I like about him is that he wraps his hands back inside. It's called replacing your hands. He replaces his hands inside very, very well. And he slides out vertically and laterally in his pass set. So I'll start right there, BJ. I'll kick it to you.
Gotcha, not a problem. Yeah, the thing that I like about my guy Rashawn Slater, we're talking about 14, and he's entered a very different ways. And the thing that popped off of me is watching his tape is hand placement. And even when he has, because they're going to say, well, maybe he's got short arms. Boy, does he understand leverage. And I love an offensive lineman that understands leverage. He's like, yeah, your arms might be longer than me, but I'm going to get that punch. I'm going to extend my shoulder very well, and I'm going to get you off kilter and ride you where I want to ride you. The other thing that I also like about Mr. Slater is he's played both tackle positions. He's played guard. He's traveled. He was their best offensive lineman, so he moved around a lot. Now, a little bit older, right, than our guy Sewell that we're talking about, but he's just played tackle. He hasn't done much else. He's just played tackle. And again, if you look at, as far as his stats go, we're not really seeing a lot of him either giving up any sacks, right? Let me look over here with my guy Rashawn back here in 17 real quick. Let me take a look at 17 game logs real quick.
Pulling up them game logs on the OC.
Yeah, just want to see just real quick because I want to get to the thing that I like about Slater as well too is his competition levels, right? We've seen him go against a Bosa, right? We've seen him go against a Chase Young, who matters directly for the Cowboys because Chase Young resides over there for that Washington football team. And when I look at 10 and I think about what we got to do in this draft and start getting to impact, I feel like instantly I can put Slater in at 10 and become that guard over Connor Williams right away, no matter what happens at tackle positions. Some of the reasons also, too, is his hand size. He's very strong-handed. Once his hands get on you, they don't get off of you. He's a little bit more of a mauler. Sewell, great kick step. That's a great point. His kick step is phenomenal when it comes to Sewell. But the inside shoulder in college where he's not giving up sacks turned into sacks in the NFL is one thing that does worry me some with him. And also, too, he's a little bit more finesse than Slater. Go ahead.
Let me react to a couple things you put out there and just a couple corrections.
Sure.
Slater Sewell did actually play some guard his freshman year. All right, so he played inside some.
Okay.
So if you go back and check that, he played inside, and he played very, very well. When the senior left tackle graduated, they bumped him out. He actually played some inside. And so also, let's talk about his competition level. He played against Bradley and Nye when he won the Outland Trophy, who had 13 sacks out of Utah. He also played against, what's his name, Davidson, who was drafted pick, I think, 47 by the Atlanta Falcons, second-round pick. So he played against some really good competition. Now, let me say this as well. If you look at the schedule and you talk about competition, Chase Young is fantastic. So no denying, right? You can't play against anybody better, right? So Slater played great against Chase Young. Fantastic. But I did see games against Indiana. I did see some games against Minnesota where he took plays off and he wasn't as consistent against inferior talent. So what I would say is that the Pac-10 versus the Big Ten, from what I've seen across the board, if you kind of look at the defensive line draft numbers out of the Pac-10 versus the Big Ten.
Hold on, OC. Hold on. I cut you off. I'm being messy. Go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead. So Matt Owen said I was wrong. All right, what was I wrong about, Matt? I don't know.
Yeah, put it in there. Put it in there, Matt. And Matt is another podcaster. He said you wrong. Put it in there. Let's set the record straight.
But
yeah, go ahead, BJ.
But even on top of that, let's say because Bradley and I, the other guy, I mean, they weren't taking the top 5, right? Like a Chase Young or Bosa, and he played Chase Young multiple times, and he played against Bosa. Like as far as level competition across the board, Slater played against better competition. I don't think we can really argue that Penny Sewell played against better competition than Slater. Maybe he did play a little bit. The Big Ten games that I looked at against higher competition when it came to Sewell was in 2018 tape. And again, young kid. And that's one of the things I want to talk about Sewell. I'm not trying to dog Sewell. I'm not, because I like Sewell. But when I look at some of the games, like when he played against Auburn, Wisconsin, and Cal in 19, we saw blitzes. We saw some stunts, giving some issues there. Now in Cal, he got a little bit more help from the inside, which helped him out as well. And then when in 2018 against Michigan State and against Stanford, right? Again, so some of those higher teams, like I said, he didn't give up anything. You're right. Like he said, he's able to fall back inside. But whenever I'm projecting that to the NFL and I'm seeing against that kind of talent, okay, we need to clean up some things, right? I don't know if you're really ready, Dave, to step in here and go against the Chase Youngs every single week that you're going to face in the NFL. He saw Bradley and I a couple of times. I mean, and that's cool. And again, I love his second level ability as well. I think when he gets to second level, some of his athleticism is good. He's a little finesse, though. So what's a little finesse, and Slater's a little bit more of a dog for me.
Yeah, you keep saying finesse, but I turn on Auburn tape and I see him chunk Davidson with one arm, right? I mean, I turn on Kyle tape, I see him mauling people. I mean, I turn on Utah tape, which was a very physical defensive line, and I see him flatbacking people. I see him leading screens and jets, and see him completely mauling people. So I don't see. I guess I don't see the credence to say that I see that you like his arm strength. Okay, let me say this about Slater. Slater plays with tremendous arm grip, right? So in terms of his punch and his grip, yeah, he's great. When he gets his hands on you, he locks you out. He does a fantastic job. But I've seen actually Sewell almost knock the hip down step double teaming off of defensive tackle. So I've seen him decleat many people. So I don't really see where that's really created. I don't see Slater getting down the field. I don't see him as athletic. I don't see him as versatile. I see him also when he plays, and he's held up good on the college level. So if you talk about translation, let's talk about that, because you talked about that a couple times. So let's talk about translating. So when you talk about a guy like Slater, you talk about a guy that doesn't have a natural kick slide. You talk about a guy that's a little bit more lumbering, and if you look at his kick step closely, and I played the position, his feet are off the ground just a little bit too long. If you look at a Sewell, you see Sewell's feet glide across the ground, which is what you want to have. And this is the reason why, BJ, because at the second level, when you play against a Chase Young, when you play against a Bosa, when you play against a Miller, when you play against, let's even say, a Tank, right, you're going to need to be able to change directions quickly. And I think that's the real big thing in terms of pass protection where Slater is lacking. He doesn't change directions quickly. If you give him enough wiggle and you switch gears, you see him falling back out of his stance and almost turning and chasing. You don't see him sliding and keeping his body in front of you. That's the huge difference between him and Sewell. Also, and I'm almost done, BJ. Also, with Slater, you see him at times get popped in his chest and jackknifed up. He doesn't play with the leverage you want to see a tackle play with. That's not as tall as Sewell, which is 6'6" versus 6'4". And you see him carry his hands low. So when he's carrying his hands low, BJ, what happens is that he's susceptible to a strong bull rush, and nobody really was able to take advantage a whole lot of that in college. But you do see it in flashes, and on the second level, that could be a liability. Hey, in terms of tackle, now in terms of guard, BJ, you can say whatever you want. Yeah, plug him at guard, start him all day. Absolutely.
Now, and the thing for me, as you're talking about the bull rushing on the edge, see, now I'm back to the other side when it comes to Sewell with the speed rush, because the speed rush is going to set him up, right? And when it comes to Sewell, and he can attack that inside, I'm going to step you one way, you're going to kick out because you got that great kick step, and I'm going across your face. And if you won't have that extra help there, then it's going to be a beeline to the quarterback. And I worry more about, in what I'm looking at, I'm worried more about the idea of these speed rushers that we go against in the NFL and what they're looking for, and it's going to give Sewell some issues. It just is. I like a lot of both of these guys, but when I'm projecting out here to 10 and what we need coming in right away, I don't see Sewell. Connor Williams. Look. I'm not saying Sewell is Connor Williams. Let me be clear. I think yeah. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Connor Williams was a tackle who was forced to play guard, who was a natural tackle to me. And whenever I look at Sewell, I think projects to, he's a tackle in the league. Now he's got some things to clean up that we talked about, but I'm not sure day one he walks in and replaces Connor Williams, because you might see some of the same things with Connor that he has, as compared to if I'm taking the guy at 10 and I'm about to kick him out there. Okay, well, guess what? I can go ahead. I know Slater's going to come in here and plug and play a guard right now and help, and I can kick him to right tackle because he's played right tackle before. If it so happens it's the Collins thing, I think he gives us more protection at tackle. Sewell's your prototypical. He's going to be the left tackle. Plug and chug, work with him, get him. As compared to when we talk about what this team needs, Sewell to me doesn't fit that mold for what we need.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I know you. Nope. I'm the moderator. No home field advantages at all, because you started it. He get final word. So on the next one, that's how we gonna do it. I'm gonna be fair today. We do have.
That's really important to say.
Just
as it relates to what you stated, because I want to explain it to the fans too, BJ. So when you talk about the
go for it, shoot.
Yeah. So the only overset situation you see is an over-aggressive set when you talk about a quick set. So a quick set is basically you pivot off your outside foot and you try to jump on top of and maul the defensive end. You never see Sewell give up an edge on a standard 5 technique or 9 technique rush. The only time he ever got in trouble was being over-aggressive and oversetting tight techniques. He's not going to see tight techniques rushing him unless it's a stunt in the NFL. And on any type of speed rush, he is dropped straight back. Now, to your point about Connor Williams, listen, let me back you up on that. Look, Slater is better right now today off the streets than Connor Williams, because he's much more of a power guard, right? He's much more of a power player. But if you talk about tackle, I think that Sewell fits on any team in terms of a starting right tackle. He's 20 years old, right? He don't even have a full man strength yet, right?
And that's the key thing about him. That is the key thing about him for sure, is that 20-year-old age.
Look at Tyron Smith. If you look at the uncertainty with our big tackle that we paid a bunch of money, Collins, right, with the hip injury, and we know that right now Tyron is injury prone, there has to be an heir apparent. So to me, this is just me thinking, if he's there at 10, you got to take him. That's my opinion. But I'm an offensive lineman. That's my opinion. Go ahead.
I feel
that.
Yeah, real quick, man. I'm trying to bring order in here in the OC breaking rules.
Sorry, man.
I'm liking this fight though. Listen, this is trench warfare. Oh man, and that was round 1. Pass pro. Man, them boys broke that down. All right. So we gonna break this down in segments. Let's hear it. I can see both sides. Round 1. Do we have in the building hashtag BJ Nix. Put it for Pass Pro. Hashtag BJ Nix. Second, the OC on Team Sewell. We gonna know today who the Trench King today. Let's get it. Next subject. You already know. Run blocker. So,
Okay.
BJ.
Yes, sir.
The floor is yours.
Yeah, man. And when you get into run blocking, one of those case in points we were talking about, I guess, particularly Chase Young, how he kicked him out. We saw the big run and everything. But outside of that, into the brass tacks of what he is, he's probably a little bit better of a run blocker than the pass blocker when we get over here and we're talking about Slater. Okay, not that he's terrible at pass blocking, but even run blocking, we're kind of even going up to another level. He's probably at his best, because he can move a defender out of the way and he can get to the next level. Even at tackle, you can turn on that tape and watch him get good hand placement, kick a guy out, and then he's directly into the next level. And we can actually pull up the rods and see the explosiveness and some different things that he actually has in that realm and where he ranks when it comes to those things, running the 4.88, 40, and things that we like to see from our guys get to the next level. One of the biggest problems that we've had, especially last year in the run blocking game.
Real quick, you talking about this?
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. Make sure you're not turned it. Yeah. So this is
Sewell.
Okay. Let me make sure. Oh, that's Sewell. I'm sorry.
That's Sewell.
Okay. I'm sorry about that.
There you go.
Okay. So this is what you was talking about. I wanted to get an illustration that you was talking about from a run protection. You want to see the speed. Okay, go ahead.
Right. And one of the problems our offensive line definitely had last year was getting to that next level. And this is something that he could do. He did well at tackle in Northwestern, and he can also do it if he plays guard as well. You look at the shuttle, right, at the 4.45, right. You're looking at a 9.67 that he has there. We're talking about elite level kind of stuff when we're talking about this guy, what he can do in the run blocking scheme and getting to the next level and clearing out some linebackers for you after he gets off his initial block.
All right, BJ. So look, when I turn on the tape and I look at Sewell in terms of a run blocker, the word that I want everybody to keep in mind is more. He does so much more than a Slater would do. You see him excel in any type of zone concept, and a zone concept is basically reaching to the outside edge of a defender and hooking him so a running back can get around him. You also see him superior double teaming guys. In the USC game, he almost knocked the defensive tackle's hip off. Talking about next level, from the left tackle position, they ran a counter trap and they pulled the left tackle into the A gap. They pulled Sewell from left tackle going right into the A gap to lead up on the middle linebacker, and he got there. He got there before the ball was handed off, if you go back and look at that tape. So in terms of just foot quickness and sheer athleticism, I got to take Sewell on that, no offense, all day long, just because of the angles that he takes. Even if you look at the quick screen game, he led screen after screen after screen, and he pummeled so many DBs. He outran linebackers to the angle point of the tackle and watched them buy the run or either pancake them. So if you talk about more, right? Yeah, if you look at Slater, yeah, he's a straight line guy, right? He goes step down and wedge block you, right? And give you some push, right?
Okay.
But if you look at versatility, and what I'm talking about is more versatility and how you can use him based upon schemes. Yeah, if you're running an I formation, BJ, power run scheme.
Nah, that ain't what.
Line up Slater and say, go get that linebacker that's standing over the top of you. Yeah, he probably gonna go knock his head off. Yeah, straight up. But if you're talking about angles, you're talking about pulling and traps and zone. I gotta go with Sewell, man.
Nah. I can't do it. I can't do it because you can turn on the tape in the same way with Slater and watch him from the left tackle position get used to get pulled and get him to the right side, the defender on the right side from his left tackle spot. You'll watch him as well at times on tape where he'll shuck his first defender and just immediately moves up to the linebacker to clear that lane. Now, the schemes are different, right? Let's be a little clear. The Oregon scheme and the Northwestern scheme, a little bit different. And they use Sewell to his maximum for sure on those nice screens. I saw him out there on them screens, pancaking them cornerbacks. I saw Sewell get out there. and you want to do that with Sewell, right? But look, in the NFL, I don't care about that edge stuff. Can you get in the middle of that box and go get dirty? And I see Slater get a lot more dirty and get up in the levels and pull and do those same things. He can do the same things Travis Watson. Hey, man, he's faster and more explosive than Sewell. The Ross numbers prove it, and his combine proved it.
Yeah. So when his numbers are different than the speed in which he plays, right? So when we turn on the tape, a lot of people test good. We have an old adage, man. And we used to say it a lot at UH, BJ. We say look like Tarzan and play like Jane. Right? And so we're not saying that about Slater, but you can train a 40, BJ, and you play ball enough to know that, right? And he don't play like a 4.8, bro. He don't play like a 4.8. Right? He don't play like he run a short, quick 3-cone drill. That's called training and a good pre-draft camp, right? He don't play that fast, bro. He plays stiff. He doesn't bend as easy as Sewell. He's not as athletic. His feet are not as quick. He doesn't slide as quickly. He also does not knock the block off of people when he steps down on double teams. Now, he has had some good blocks, and I'll give him that. No offense to his game. He's a strong player. But when I talk about Sewell,
Hold on, I cut you off, OC. Hold on.
in every possible offense. Go ahead, Moscow.
I'm sorry, no, I cut you off. I'm loving it.
So I mean, the only thing I'm going to say about that is that listen, he tested slightly better, right, than Sewell. Got to acknowledge that. But we know that a pre-draft camp and training can make you good. We saw a lot of people that ran a 4.3 on the 40s on pro day, but they get covered by guys that run 4.5. So it's different.
So Slater trained harder than Sewell for it. Then is what we're saying.
Hold on, OC, I cut you off. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, BJ, don't put words in my mouth. What I'm telling you is this. No, don't put words in my mouth, BJ. I saw you trying to sneak that in, BJ. I ain't gonna let you do it, BJ. Nah, I didn't say train harder, BJ.
I'm loving this.
I said that you can prep for a 40. You can prep for drills. You can train drills. But here's the deal: your drills and your 40 time and your short shoulder, BJ, you have to look the same on the field. And I'm going to be real with you. I like Slater as a power football player. And I think one of the biggest differences, BJ, that me and you are talking about is the difference between how a guard's going to play at the next level and how a tackle's going to play at the next level. Right? And I think that's a difference right there that we got to kind of clarify. But listen, Slater don't play like he a 4.8. I'm sorry, man. He don't. He don't play like he a 4.8. I'm sorry. No offense.
All right, the final words on that one was the OC. We keeping it fair. BJ led it off. OC with the final words. All right, so we had pass pro on the first vote. Now, the next one is going to be measurements, but we got to grade. Put the grades in there. We got to know. On run blocking, who won? Was it the OC on Team Sewell, or was it BJ Nix with Team Slater? And I hope y'all do recognize that I'm being very fair in this. It's no home field advantage.
I'll be honest with you. This has been much more fair to me and you, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I don't play for him, bro. You already know.
You were sneaking things in on me, doing all kind of stuff.
Yep. Rules apply to everybody else but me. But let's be clear on that.
Fair enough.
All right. So hashtag you got Team Nix, which is Team Slater, or hashtag the whole OC where we have Team Sewell. Ooh-wee. This is trench warfare. And you know what's funny? One of these boys might be our pick. This could be history. For real. One of these guys could be our pick. I can really see that. I can see one of these guys being our pick. I'm going to go back and watch this because this is going to be historic. Oh, I'm loving this debate. All right. Ooh-wee. Your boy got to do you. All right. Measurements. All right. They measured. That's a part of the combine. And who kicked it off the last time? So it's on you. It's on you, OC.
OC, sir.
But I just want to get my commentary real quick before, because I know, boy, that OC ready to bite, and I do think y'all being too nice. I'm sick of it, because I know both of y'all. See, I sparred with both of you. Y'all try to knock my head off with each other. Y'all just kind of, you know, hey, good point.
No, I'm just.
Look,
all I want to do is just look. Ain't about knocking everybody's head off, right? It's about stating the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, man. And so all I want to do is bring the facts to the people, and then I'll let the people decide. And at the end of the day, a year or two from now, BJ, we gonna be able to look at that NFL tape and figure out exactly who was right about what they said. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So check this out. Let me get into the measures, man. This is be a pretty easy one, okay?
Oh, hold on. So you saying BJ chin just wide open? Is that what you saying? That's how you start this off?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Oh, BJ with
this gonna be easy, man.
We'll see.
Okay, so look. Penei Sewell is 6'5", 331 pounds, man. I mean, his arm reaches longer, probably about a half of an inch more than Slater. Slater is a guy that's 22 years old. Again, Penei Sewell is 20 years old, not fully in his man body yet. He went for 30 reps on 225. Slater went for 33 reps. And so if you look at, if you look at everything all considered, yeah, he's a little bit he has good numbers, right? Not just super great numbers, but in terms of his body and where he's going to be by the time he's 22, he's going to be absurd. And he's an Allen Trophy winner. He's voted the best offensive, best lineman in the entire country. Slater did not have that honor, man. And I'm sorry about that, but I mean, that just is what it is. Slater is 6'4", 305, ran a 4.8.
Whoa. You talk about your measurables. I'll talk about mine, sir.
Oh, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
So yes, Mr. Slater, 6'4", right around 315, arm length 33 inches, hand size 10.5 inches, vertical 33, bench 33, 3-cone 748, 4488. You say, well, dadgummit, BJ, you just can't win. You can't win against Sewell with those measurables. Well, 6'4", right? Let me give you another guy, 6'4", 310 pounds. Arm length only 32 7/8. Head size actually smaller by an inch, 9.5. 40-yard dash 522. Vertical only 28 inches. His bench was 29. His 3-cone was 75. He resides in Dallas. His name is Zach Martin. Plays guard pretty well. Plays tackle pretty well too when we had him to go out there and do it. So measurable wise, head to head, okay, maybe you like Sewell's a little sexier. But a guy that resides right here in Dallas, boy, do the Cowboys want to pass up on Zach Martin Jr.?
Yeah, but where are you getting that he's Zach Martin Jr.? That's the whole problem about that. I mean, you can't predict that this man is going to be a Zach Martin Jr. He ain't played a snap in the NFL. He played out of Northwestern. They came out of the same conference. I'll give you that. Sure. But Slater and Martin were two totally different players. First of all, when Martin came out, he was actually a guy that played with tremendous leverage and actually played with more foot quickness than Slater has now. And correction, Slater's not 315. He measured at 305. So he's light, man. He ain't no huge guard, man. Okay.
His newest was 315. Okay.
Say that one more time.
Yeah. I said the most recent said 3. Yeah, his most recent was 315, but it could be 305. That's fine. I was just going off the newest one.
Yeah, all good. So listen, man. I mean, we're talking about again. Zach Martin played when he played tackle. He played right tackle, right? He plays right guard. Right, they pay the blindside guys, the guys on the left. They pay those guys a whole lot more money than they pay the guys on the right side. So if you talk about a generational talent, and you talk about a guy that has the foot lateral quickness generational, man. I said it, BJ. Generational type talent. I didn't say productivity. I said talent, BJ.
Okay. All right.
Then you look at it, BJ, and then you say, look, man, I'm picking a guy that can protect my $160 million investment, and that could be the heir apparent to a Tyron Smith who's aging, and we got a couple more years left with him at best.
Right.
Hold on, real quick, pause, just real quick. I know BJ, I know you're going to let them punches. Just real quick. I'm loving this. I'm loving it, man. I'm just, oh, man. Go ahead, BJ. Go, please.
The generational, but as you said, could be the replacement for Tyron Crawford. same thing I said, good sir. I said could be passing on a Zach Martin Jr. And let's be clear, Zach Martin wasn't scouted to be a top 10 pick, right? And these two guys are. So, yeah, different drafts, different things, they fall differently. But again, we're talking about the measurables. We're talking about what they did in college, right? So you have an opportunity for that guy to come in here and be that type of player. It's not going to be that he is. No different than Sewell's not going, Sewell could be Tyron Smith, but there's no guarantee he is. But the same thing with Slater. If we're going to project on the line that Sewell has the measurables and can go out here and be this left tackle that Tyron Smith is, I'm well within the boundaries here of talking about Slater with his measurables and what he's done could easily be the Zach Martin on this line. Two guys that are probably headed to the Hall of Fame versus these two guys we're looking to get drafted here at number 10 possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what you do have is you had a Tyron Smith drafted at pick number 21 when he came into the league, right?
Yeah.
Which was a 6'5" guy, light in the pants, right?
He was pick number 9, wasn't he?
Wasn't he about 20? He was 20, somewhere around 20.
No.
I could be mistaken.
No. Zach Martin was 9. He was 9.
No, I'm talking about Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith, when he got drafted. He was 20, right? Around 20.
No. I'm pretty sure Tyron Smith was drafted 9. I'll double check. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So let's verify that. However, we're still talking about 2 first-round talents is what I'm saying. And what you got here is a guy that has more polish on his game.
Hold on, BJ. Go ahead, BJ.
I'm sorry. Yeah, pick number 9. He was pick number 9 in 2011.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Thank you for the site correction. But what we're talking about here is a guy that is comparable, right? But a guy to me that's better coming out of college than Tyron Smith was, because Tyron Smith was young as well. Tyron Smith came out and he was, 19? I believe, about 20 years old, something like that. Yeah, he was about 20 years old, but Tyron Smith wasn't as heavy. Tyron Smith didn't have as much polish on his pass pro game as Penei Sewell. So if you love Tyron Smith and you loved him back in the day, then you gotta love a guy like Penei Sewell, because if you talk about the potential based upon measurables coming out of the exact same conference, playing against the exact same type of athletes, and you're looking at a future left tackle, then there's no way you can say you like Tyron Smith and you don't take a hard look at Penei Sewell.
Final words, BJ.
No, I mean, and of course, it is big facts. And, as OC says, we let this thing off here. The thing that we want to do is get the information out to the people and talk about it. At the, for us, if we start talking about number 10, what's going to work out better. Hey, look, if Sewell's the pick and all of a sudden day 2 of training camp, one of these tackles goes down, we're like, well, thank God we got him, right? And no different than if Slater walks in here and he's day 1 starter guard and one of these tackles goes down and he slides over there and does what he needs to do, we're good as well. The measurables sometimes can be a little bit misleading. There's a pretty good tackle up there in Green Bay that plays left tackle, got paid a bunch of money, who's got some short arms as well, too.
Come on, y'all. Y'all know how it is. Listen, when you headed to the final lap, what do coach tell you? He say, clap it up. We headed in the turn. This the final one. Clap it up, y'all, because we going to do this one more time, because I'm loving this action. I didn't think this was going to be this good. I'm like, these boys make fat boys sound sexy. I think y'all talking about receiving corner, man. Like,
y'all
clap it up, man.
In the trenches. You win in the trenches now. That's where you win, is on the line of scrimmage.
And BJ, there's more long arm tackles that got big contracts than short arm tackles. You talking about anomalies, baby.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You talk about backyard out of the Green Bay. That's an anomaly, baby. He's not the standard.
Hey, wait a minute.
Just saying.
That's why I gotta keep order, man. See, OC wanna throw some punches after the bell.
I'm just saying.
That's how to fight, damn it. We going into round. We going into the final round. Throw a headbutt. Send a message. BJ, hit him back real quick. What you got?
No, let's go to the final round. Look,
That's what I
keep
said,
it clean.
BJ, gentleman, man.
I got to swing after.
Stop all them dirty blows.
I hit him with something lay at the end of the belly. Didn't like it. It happens.
You right, see? That's right. Dap up. Accidental punch. That's cool. I like that.
I didn't like that jab at the end.
Mine was accidental too, man. My bad.
But I'm glad y'all came to fight. Because listen, man, clap it up. This is the final round. Clap it all the way up. Y'all send them boys in. They running into the last. So we go talk about this and we go set this record straight right now. And I mean this. And damn it, this is about 10. So all this gentleman stuff, this is the final round. We gonna even save the final vote for this. And my question, who is best for Dallas out of those two? They both on the board. Let's go.
OC, your turn to start, my friend.
No, didn't I go last? I think it's on you, BJ. You pick
No,
moderator,
yeah.
Mr. Moderator.
Okay, no, whoever goes, yeah. Who goes
Mr.
first?
Moderator, go ahead.
Pause.
Oh, I need to make the decision? Oh, y'all gonna put it on me.
Yeah, make the decision.
Because
you the
both of y'all
moderator.
my friends, I'm gonna do this.
Well,
I'm
you're
gonna let
the
fate
moderator.
decide. No, I'm gonna let fate decide. I'm not gonna decide because I'm gonna be loyal to the OC because he the co-host. I'm gonna be loyal to BJ because he just a good dude. So I'm trying to find a penny because I'm gonna let the fate decide. Any, mini, mighty, mo catching by his toe.
I'll go.
Thank
I'll
you,
go.
BJ. Golly.
I'll go.
BJ.
But I was
Hey,
watching my
hold
guy
on, real
boss
quick.
over there.
Hold
He was
on.
going
Yeah,
around.
I wasn't gonna pick. I wasn't gonna pick, bro. I wasn't gonna do
I got
it,
you,
man.
boss. I got you. Man, look again.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna pick.
If we're looking at instant impact and we're talking about 10, it's pretty clear. Look, now we can however they project, whatever happens is what we talked about. But we're talking about 10. You got to have an impact player at 10. Like you can't miss at 10. And we look at coming in here. I just don't believe that Sewell will start right away at left guard, and I do believe that Slater's going to walk in and start, and it gives us protection at tackle still. So when you're picking at 10, you need instant.
Oh, BJ, I cut you off. Hold on. I cut you off. My fault. Go ahead.
Oh.
Go.
Yeah, and when you're picking at 10, it's got to be instant impact. And when you talk about instant impact for this particular team, I believe it's Slater over Sewell. I think he comes in, he starts right away, he protects you at both guard positions or both tackle positions, and you can move forward. We can't take a guy at 10 that might play if there's an injury and things might be happening. Not when you're picking at 10, man. And I think they can go in here, get Slater, and automatically this offensive line is better out the gate.
All right, BJ. So listen, man, obviously you know my answer to this, but I mean, I'm going to give you the whys, right? I mean, Sewell is good enough to easily bump inside to a left guard at 330 pounds. He's shown that he has the strength at 30 reps. He has the power. He has the range. He can pull, right? We've seen him pull multiple times. We've seen him one-on-one dominate people. We've seen him be really, really good on double team blocks up to the second level and neutralize linebackers completely. We see him with elite foot quickness. I see him as strong as at the point of attack. I see him having multiple pass sets, BJ. I also see him in terms of character as a team leader. He's the guy in the center of the circle pumping guys up, right? We need somebody that got some dog that really want to be here and play, even though he's a young guy. I also think that you got a longer shelf life with a guy like him. Because of his age, you got 13 to 15 years out of that guy. I've seen him do a lot of good things. So to me, I mean, if you got a can't miss pick that can replace an aging tackle or either a hurt right tackle or drop down inside, if you needed him to drop down inside, it has to be Penei Sewell, in my opinion, my brother.
Hold on. Go ahead, BJ. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. When you're talking about Slater, I mean, he's a 10-year starter, right? 22. When I look at offensive linemen, I look at them, I'm like, are they a 10-year starter? I think Slater's in the same realm there. He's a 10-year starter to come in here. Whatever team, take the Cowboys out of the situation. He's a 10-year starter in this league. Can you get more years out of Sewell because he's 20, as you talked to the 14, 15? Possibly, but playing at a younger age before the body's developed, do you worry about injuries? I don't think you're going to have that issue with him. He doesn't take the same kind of falls that a Tyron Smith does at times because he's a little bit more athletic with his feet than I think maybe than Tyron Smith is. But yeah, I'm just not sold on the fact that he's going to come in here right away. If he is, so be it, and look, 2016, 17, 18, 19, you've missed 3 games each year from Tyron Smith. And then, of course, last year, right, the conundrum, he missed a ton. But he finally did something and had the neck surgery that we've been looking for. If the neck surgery fixes him, let's remember, Tyron Smith's only 30, guys. He's only 30. So if the neck surgery is good, well, you still got 4 or 5 years out of Tyron Smith if you want, or if he wants to play that long. This is, to me, the Sewell's a little bit more hedging your bets. And look, and as a GM, you do think about hedging your bets. You have to. These picks have to extend out and matter more. Absolutely. That's part of the football. I'm not going to run and hide from that because you have to think about when I get this guy in the first round, I can control that contract for 5 years. So it's not so much about this guy stay healthy or not this year because I got him for 5 years. However, that means I'm still looking down the line. I need to do something to impact this team to get us over the hump. Now, we just paid our quarterback. We got to get things done. And that's why I say Slater is the more the instant impact. He helps the run game more immediately. And I think he protects you even if you do have a tackle position. It's more immediate, and I do think it helps you down the line. They're both 10-year starters. I'm not going to cry or spill milk no matter who we draft, but I like Slater a little bit more. A smidge.
Hold on, I cut you off, OC. Go.
Yeah, I like Sewell a lot more because, I mean, to what you said about Slater, he's going to start for any team to draft him, all right? So it's not of, like, when Tyron Smith, because you're saying stuff and you say if. Yeah. When you go underneath the knife, when people get neck surgeries, back surgeries, knee surgeries, they're never the same. So their 100% goes to 85%. Trust me, I know.
Unless you're Frank Gore.
Yeah. Well, again, even Frank Gore lost the step. He just was savvy and really a great running back. He lost explosion, right? After all those knee surgeries, right? So if you look at this thing and you being real smart about it, right? You got multiple options that you could plug into the left guard position, right? The tackle position and protecting that number one investment has to be primary. If you look at this thing in terms of a long-term play and flexibility with the most can't-miss lineman, the quickest, most athletic lineman, the guy that has the best pass pro by stats and by breakdown, straight up and down, no sacks, right? No sacks, 9 games, no pressures. Nobody can argue against that. Then you take that guy at 10 if he's there all day long because he has the type of unique quickness and ability to help you no matter what play you call and what offense you run.
All right.
Okay.
Listen, man, if you like me, you like to see fights. That's why we like football. We like violence. This was classic today, man. I gotta give both of y'all, everybody, come on, y'all. Say these boys showed out today. They showed out today. You know how you see them fighting, everybody bleeding, and they still dap each other up. Go ahead.
It just because I do get the last word because I went first, right? Is that how that works? Is that how it works, right?
No, you actually go last, but we'll let you sneak in.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get my little sneak in because just for what it's worth, Slater, 0 sacks, 5 total pressures, and 355 protected snaps.
That's real good. Going against stiff defensive linemen and not. Stiff defensive linemen in the Pac-10. Right?
Now y'all want to fight.
Stiff defensive linemen in the Pac-10, man. Besides Chase Young, man. Bosa's all right. He ain't Chase Young.
Bonus round.
I'm giving him credit for the Chase Young. All right. And Bosa and all these other scallywags that he just did a quick one set and locked them up with one punch. You was watching that film, BJ. Keep it real, BJ. Wait a second, BJ. Keep it real, BJ. Hold on. Okay, so now you playing against a USC, UCLA, Cal, right? You playing against Oregon State, Utah. You playing against better defensive lines as a whole. And BJ, if you go back and look at it, you're also dealing with more defensive linemen that are drafted out of the pick 10 in the first half of the draft than the Pac-10.
Now they want to fight. Both of y'all get on my nerves.
He's playing per capita against better lines, bro. Just straight up, bro. Straight up. I'm sorry.
Seven blown blocks his whole career.
7 blown blocks his whole career. How many blown blocks did Penny Sewell have? I'll tell you his average grade. Per his Oregon offensive line coach, BJ. He graded out on average in his 2 years at 97.6. 97.6 was his grade. By the way, BJ, 100 is perfect. 97.6. His grade he graded out phenomenal every single game. Game in.
I mean, 7.
And look, all the coaches, all the sports writers, all the people that vote, that watch football, probably as long as me and you, BJ, or even longer, some of them, voted him as the top. Okay, maybe not, BJ, because you might be way older than me. Okay, who knows? But I'm saying, BJ,
I'm old.
Okay, they voted him, BJ, as the #1 lineman in the entire country at 19 years old. When have you seen that? When have you seen? Name me another Outland Trophy winner that won it at 19 years old.
Also, just to keep it fair, Penny Sewell, 491 pass protecting snaps, 0 sacks, 7 pressures. FYI, on both sides.
0 sacks, 7 pressures. Okay,
Right,
I'll take the 7 pressures.
7 pressures. Yeah. Look, hey, it's all about the facts. It's all about the facts, man. I'm not going to drop one, not drop the other.
Yeah, I appreciate you being. I appreciate you being equilibrium there. I appreciate that. But Penny Sewell was like Penny Sewell. But also, here's a huge difference. In this league, there's an athletic component that we got to keep in mind because the Dallas Cowboys have shifted to more of a spread style offense. Now we're talking about offenses versus just playing power football. They want to finish you off with 21 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 back if they get a lead in the game. But in the beginning parts of that game, you got Gallup, you got Amari Cooper. Right now, you got CeeDee Lamb, right? And you got Jarwin here now, and whoever else they draft and bring into the building. They want to spread you out and take advantage of mismatches. They had Tyron Smith lead up on screens. They had Tyron Smith lead up on stretches. Penei Sewell is a much younger version of that can get on top of linebackers. He's that quick. He can easily cook and basically get leverage on the defensive end and do whatever he needs to do.
Yeah, I mean, and of course we got Alex Leatherwood, obviously this year's Outland Trophy winner too. Should also get a little bit more pop. Just as we're talking offensive lineman, by the way, another guy that somebody's going to probably get late first, early second, be pretty happy with, and Alex Leatherwood, another Outland Trophy winner, BTW.
Yeah. Listen, late first round pick, Alex Leatherwood, big strong Alabama dude, good pedigree, right?
Yeah.
But a guy that's inconsistent because sometimes he kicks your butt, and sometimes he just takes plays off. And
I love both of you. I love both of you.
Yeah.
But we not finna talk about Alex Leatherwood. Nope. We not finishing on free.
We talk about these guys going to 10. But I like another guy too. My guy from Notre Dame. Liam. My boy Liam. I like Liam too a lot from Notre Dame.
No, I ain't gonna let y'all do it. Nope.
We just talking some offensive linemen now.
We not changing the subject. We got to settle this. Them punches was going too hard at the end. We got to settle up. Judges, cards. Get your cards. Get your card, judges. This is the final. All right. They slugged it out at the end. They fought to the bell. And please don't put in any other tackles. We got to settle this right now. Once and for all. We got Mr.
Slater Sewell.
BJ Nix, which is Team Slater, sitting there at 10. And guess what? Your boy Sewell dropped 2. Y'all decide right now who won this debate. This is big. We got the trench warfare. We got 2 of the best trench warfare talking podcasters in the game. Settle it right now. Hashtag let's count. We counting live. Oh, look, listen, BJ. Hold on, look at BJ.
You know I slotted in. You know I slotted in. You don't count anyways.
That's,
you know I slotted in.
Count you, man. So that's 1.
I know.
For Sewell. And then we got, Team Slater.
We got 1 OC.
And then we got 2. Team Nix. That's Paul. Then we got Patrick.
We got 1 for OC. Patrick for the OC.
Okay, so we got a overall Sewell for Dallas.
But I'm noticing all the people that's on from his page saying that. Okay,
that's
it is what it is.
He worked the crowd.
He did what he had to do.
Favor ain't fur. You gotta beat his head in, man. I can't go be nice today. Hold on, let me see. All right, so OC brought it tonight. I've been Slater since December. I can't quit now. Okay, so we got Sewell.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me see. So far, I think we got BJ by 1. You got to get these votes in. Let me see.
No, Buddha said he picking Sewell.
Okay, so that we even. We split. We like Republicans and Democrats. This is a team vote. I see everybody on Star Game going with my boy. Everybody that rock with Boss Cowboy go with OC. Man, y'all stop this. Judge
Y'all got
the
all
facts.
over here.
Don't go with the homies. I see what y'all doing.
All right, Slater will be a backup to Connor. Facts. Sewell better on and off night.
Ooh, this gonna be a buzzer beater. We got Mo with BJ.
OC, you said it earlier. Slater's gonna come in here and be the starter over Connor. Don't backdoor that now.
Hold on.
No, man. No.
Slater's
look,
starting
man,
over Connor.
Yeah, I mean, if you pick Slater, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
that's what I'm saying.
You picked him at 10. Yeah, of course.
I think we got a winner. Unless the OC get a last minute run, the BJ might get this one. E-Kush with Slater.
Slater went ham. I just stepped back in. Slater went ham.
Yeah, Slater started getting movement. Yeah, let me see. All right, we got a 10-second countdown. That's all I'm gonna give you, OC, and BJ gonna walk away.
Man, look, the facts are the facts. I really don't care what y'all say. I've
been through that too, OC. I've been through that too. I know the feeling.
I'm gonna get off here and sleep good, man. So look, all I can tell you, man, Allen Trophy winner. Look at the tape, look at the versatility, man. I mean, read some papers and some articles, man. Get you caught up, you know what I'm saying? And then look at who he played, man. And then you make the judge, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. So it is what it is, E-Kush. That's fine, E-Kush. Call it like you see it, baby.
E-Kush, that's what we want.
Call it like
want
you see
people
it.
to call it.
Call it like you see it, but don't be cool. Call it like you see it, man.
Yeah.
But look, it's all good, man. Whoever Sewell gets drafted by, he's gonna start day one, man. He's gonna have a great career. You heard it here from the OC first, if you ain't heard it. And look, Slater's gonna be a good guy. At the end of the day, man, Slater has.
Hold on, OC. That stalling might have worked for you. You got two more.
No.
Ooh.
I ain't stalling.
Hold on, no. This is an L. Geechee though with Slater too. BCS sold you out.
It is what it is, man.
BCS, y'all ain't nothing, man. You got your boy BJ.
Good.
BJ coming here. He got the whole squad from Start Game. They came in here. Team Slater. I'm Team Slater. They wasn't even listening. Did BCS people come in here? They like.
You got BCS. BCS on this profile. You made that, right? You made that, did you, boss? You made that. Come on now.
Hey, man.
Hey,
BCS, y'all ain't about nothing.
And at the end of the day, you know, it's no different than when we talked about Sertan and Horn and different things like that. Man, there's really not a wrong answer with these guys here when it comes to the Cowboys. Let's be clear.
Yeah,
I think you can like a guy more than the other guy, but I'm not crying over spilt milk on any of these guys that we talked about to get drafted. I'm not. As long as we're not getting Rasu or whatever the hell his name is, or Quiddy Pay or somebody like that, man. Look, I'll sleep good draft night as long as I ain't one of those damn defensive ends that we take it in. Dear God.
Hold on real quick. Matt might be coming around. We getting some change. My boy Matt say, man, I acknowledge that Sewell is better. LT, LOL. See, don't feel guilty now, Matt, because you saw us come in here and be honest. You saw Geechee go with BJ. You saw, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you go with whoa, time out.
Yeah, you Kush with BJ.
No.
Now they want to tell the truth.
Wait a second, Cowboy. You kind of lead the audience a little bit too much.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, okay.
No, Matt.
So look,
Matt started off.
I know, saying I was wrong. I know.
And then he switched it to Sewell.
Right. So here's the difference. Are we talking about guard or tackle? Right. I think that has to be the point of delineation.
This is getting interested.
Are we talking about guard or tackle? Right. Are we talking about Sewell playing tackle? Because what BJ has been talking about most of the night, he's talking about Slater playing guard. That's what he's talking about. So 100%. You're not talking about Slater playing tackle, are you?
Oh, let's rewind.
Came in here and say Sewell is hype.
What comes in?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Coming in here for what happens with the Cowboys and what we need at 10 and what suits us better to pick at 10 is what I've talked about. And yes, I think Slater can go out there and play tackle without issue, but I know day one he's going to walk in to be the starting guard.
Hold on real quick. I had you on muted. All right, go ahead.
No, I'm saying you. So you put him at left tackle, BJ? You
I
would
can put him
start
left tackle.
Slater at left. You think he got good enough footwork and hand?
If we drafted him and we lost and Tyron goes down, you could kick him over and kick Connor McGovern in at left guard and be okay. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you got that. That's where I strongly differ, man. He's not athletic enough. He's not athletic enough to block type end defensive ends, man. He's not athletic enough.
Let me ask you a question. So you think if we took Slater and you'd say you would kick him to right tackle, you'd be okay with him going to right tackle? Yes.
He's better.
When we're talking about Slater. Okay.
I don't know if he's ready yet. I think he's better at right tackle. I think he's ready at guard. He's ready at guard. I think he's better at right tackle than left. Wait.
Hold on, I cut you off, OC. I cut you off. Go ahead. Oops, wrong button. Go ahead.
If Tyron Smith gets hurt, you don't think they would kick Slater? You think they would use the backup how he says Neckham? I can't say his last name. It's a weird spelled last name. The guy that they signed the 30. Would they start him instead? You think at left tackle instead of sliding Slater over?
Well, the obvious answer to that is that here's the hierarchy of organizations, especially the Dallas Cowboys: veterans, draft picks, and free agents. Right. So,
for sure.
I mean, if it's not a veteran they believe in, they believe that Slater is better, they'll give an opportunity. But based on game experience, they may start the guy they put there last year when Tyron went down. Who knows? It all depends on how Slater plays out in space, and he's a better inside player than space player, and that's what I'm saying all day long. Okay. Well, and Sewell is a guy that excels playing in space, and that's what you need a left tackle to be able to do.
All right, so listen up, man. First of all, I do want to say I'm very proud of the BCS people that went in there and picked BJ. I really am, because that's hard to do. Like, and we say that a lot. Say what you believe. Don't go with people. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So
stick to what you believe.
Stick to what you believe, whatever it is. Like, it's not about having friendships. That's how we mess up. That's why we really wanted to be fair today. We tried to keep it even, all the way. So I'm very proud of that. And I'm also disappointed in the people that came over from Star Gang.
Hey, but my people from Stargate, I was gonna say that, but my people from Stargate, I will say this though, my people from Stargate watch y'all when we're not on. They're watching y'all though too.
Yeah, I know.
They part of BCS as well, man.
Yeah,
they watch y'all too, man.
And see, you know what? I love BJ. I'm gonna be honest. I love how both of us, we seem like we have good chemistry. And I think it starts from us. Like, when they don't see us fighting and being messy, the people that rock the brands that we represent the same way. You know what I mean? And it's just about good debate, good
like I
content.
told you, and like I told you after we finished our last debate, I gotta get to my guy OC, man. I enjoy watching OC.
Yeah,
so
you did.
Yeah, I told you about the middle. I was like, man, hey, man, when can me and OC do something, man? I had a chance to rock with my guy OC yet, and then immediately, boss is like, well, y'all, hey, Sewell Slater. I said, yeah, I'll take Slater. Let's go. Yeah, get OC on, man. I want to rock with my guy.
Because I knew he was Sewell.
I enjoyed the content. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll take Slater and Rocky because I like both prospects. And again, I like OC. I've had a chance to watch OC because I'll come in, I'll hit y'all. What's up, man? If y'all are live before we go, I'm watching y'all up until the time. You know what I'm saying? That we go live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boss, I've rocked with you for years now. And catching OC, man, I like OC. I like his setup. I like how he brings the knowledge, the facts. And like you said earlier, man, it's about bringing the facts to the table, man, and try to educate the people no matter what. And that's kind of how, we try to do it as well. Look, people don't like everything else, but I'm gonna down them pits hills though, boss.
Hey, see, listen. I'm gonna tell you something too, BJ. Don't fall over. But I feel way better about Pitts than even when we debated. Okay? Yeah, I knew you was gonna fall over. You know what I'm saying? Fred Saff. You go Fred Saff with your boy.
You're getting off topic now, boss. And we ain't talking about Pitts, man. Come
on.
I
know. And but I want to lead by example, OC. I want to stand up and lead by example. I cannot preach to be open to change if I'm not open to change. because this is not about being right with BJ. It's not. It's not about being right on whatever. It's about what's right for 10. And I talked to a Florida guy, BJ. All right, with Geach, and we was having a debate. Now he knew Florida like we know the Dallas Cowboys, right?
Gotcha.
And I said, okay, point me to the games, and he did.
Okay.
And I said, oh, now I see why it's epic juice drinking.
That's the only reason he did it. Oh, see, he had to get this picture at least one time.
Yeah, I mean, no, but it is a lot of juice, and we all know the juice is overboard. It's way overboard.
It is.
But at the same time, I saw something. I said, I at least know why they drinking it. Like, he gave you reason to. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it honest. When I saw him in the Ole Miss game with those few targets, eat them up like that, I say that's why he can't get out of people's minds. You know? So I'm still obviously going with the analytics of D. Smith and Waddle because I truly believe it. The numbers are with me, but I can't stop and not pretend to be honest that there's a legitimate reason for the hype train. It is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look, it's still different. I told you, like Waddle brings a different dimension to this team that we haven't had in a long time. So it makes sense, you know. Yeah. And what we do here is, we try to give the facts. You know, obviously we give our opinions as well, guys. We're doing offensive alignment tonight, and whether what we played and what we grew up playing, right, on the various different levels. We try to do that and be honest and as pure about it as we possibly can. And I think that's what attracts people to us. And look, we're not going to be right about everything. We're not going to be wrong about everything, but it's stand up and own it when you got to own it. And, keep delivering the same things over and over again to be consistent in your messaging. And that's why I rock with y'all and like watching y'all a lot, man. I couldn't wait to do this with OC tonight, man. I had a hell of a time. Y'all, anytime y'all want me on, man, hit me up. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you do it now, so when you started fish, let me hop over here. He said, Nix, I forgot 9:30. I said, yeah, I just thought you needed to set up. It's fine. I'm here. Whatever. Yeah, man. It's whatever, man. I enjoy this shit, man. And man, I enjoy rock with y'all. And I love it. I truly love what y'all are doing. So hats off to y'all for having me on, man. And I'm 2-1 against BCS. We throw it out there. I'm 2-1 now.
Ooh, it is. Hey,
I'm 2-1 on the road. 2-1 on the road.
Hey, yeah, with home field advantage. We had home field advantage. I mean, we got to. You gave my boy OC a L in his house. It's just what it is.
Say no L's here, homie, but it's okay,
no,
man.
You took a L, bro.
It's all good, bro.
And I hate it. Listen. I know the feeling.
All good,
I'm dead right on D. Smith, and I was mad at the crowd for voting with BJ because all of y'all wrong as hell still to this day. I'm going to look you in the camera and say, y'all crazy. How the hell you going to go with 12 touchdowns over 23 and actually vote with that?
I haven't seen an Outland Trophy winner bust, man.
No, it's too late to debate now. It's too late to throw punches now. It's too late. You should have threw the punches when it was time. I told you don't be nice. I told you off air. I said don't be nice to BJ. Take his head off. And what you coming here doing? Being all nice and took an L.
I don't know.
It ain't no punches. It ain't no punches, man. It ain't no punches. Just straight fact. Anyway, man, we gotta go, man. Let's get out of here.
I was like, I don't know. Outland Trophy winners: Ed Oliver, Joshua Garrett, Luke Jokel.
Ed Oliver is young in his career, man, and he was pro. Don't get on my UH alumni. Don't get on my UH alumni, man. Ed Oliver shows some ball ability, man. So he's done some good stuff in Buffalo. Don't trip. Okay. Don't trip on Ed Oliver. Hold on.
I mean, I'm just saying where he got picked, though. I'm just saying. I like Ed Oliver. I wanted him in Dallas. Yeah. But we don't do defensive tackles in Dallas, so there's that.
Oliver can ball. Oliver can play, man. Yeah, and Luke Joker wasn't bad. When I say bust, I mean don't do nothing. No, he ain't bust. Go ahead.
All right, so listen, I'm going to go find something me and BJ and Tuck or somebody. I'm going to find somewhere we disagree again. We might try to squeeze in one last debate before the draft if we can. Right. I know we all juggling content, but if we can, BJ, I love these debates. Yeah. It makes me smarter. It really do. I sit back, I'm either learning or I'm enlightening people. I love it. So we might be able to fit in one more. Let's try to see what can happen. But I want it to be genuine because it's stuff we actually believe too. You know, it's stuff that we actually believe in, and we fight it out like a real war room. So, man, y'all stay up because remember, what y'all actually witnessed today is loyalty, where you seeing people fight it out because it's not about being friends. It's about what's right for Dallas. And we consider that loyal, never devoted, and we never will be. Y'all take it easy and stay with me, BJ.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.